We're live.
I think we're live.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I think we're live. We're getting the thumbs up. Yes.
That's zero viewers,
awesome.
though.
Okay, we're live, Mike. Finally. All right. So, guys, welcome, everybody. I'm super excited to have you all here for our live stream with Mike Fox. My name is Danilo. I'm the community manager here at YouTube for the markets of the UK and Ireland. And I have the pleasure to have Mike Fox here in the house to talk a bit about his YouTube success and get engaged with you guys and answer some of your questions. So welcome to everybody.
Hi. Is this where I say who I am?
Yeah, I think we can actually kick it off with a quick presentation. So if you don't mind, there's lots of people from all over the world online, and most of them know who you are and where you come from and what you do. But I think it would be great if you can quickly just, shout out an intro for those of you who haven't heard about you yet.
All right, so my name's Mike Fox. I've been doing YouTube for just over a year, and I've gained nearly 1.2 million subs in that time. I'm from England, if you can't tell from the accent. And it's not, I never know what to say about myself. I'm just a boring person.
He's a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, I just make videos.
Which is great, and which is why you're here, right?
Yeah.
So, and today I think we're going to focus mostly on how you got where you are today, because it all happened so fast, right? Yeah. And I think that's what's really awesome, and that's what people are interested to know, besides, of course, getting to know you better, right? So actually I wanted to start a little bit with one sort of icebreaker question in regards to one of your latest videos. So you recently uploaded a video on YouTube where you and your mother were looking at this really emotional, really cool advertising video that was was quite crazy. I looked at it as well, and it was really great. And then you kind of towards the end of the video you started talking about why you do YouTube, and you gave a really powerful answer. And I think it would be good for the audience to know why you do YouTube.
Yeah. So I started YouTube because, I was bullied quite a lot in school for being myself, right? As everyone is. If you're not one of the cool kids, you're not one of the cool kids. That's just how it goes in school. So I was bullied quite a lot. And I used to, escape reality by watching these YouTubers. And they impacted my life a lot. They helped me through some dark times, and I started my YouTube channel because I wanted to do that for other people. If I could make one person smile from a video, smile's the biggest cure for anything. If you can smile about something, it's so powerful. So I just wanted to start this and help people when they're down, cheer them up. And then also I just fell in love with it. Like, since then it's the best job in the world.
That's awesome to hear.
It's mad.
And did you kind of have so you mentioned laughing, right? So when you started, was there a particular creator that you were actually that was putting you up at the same time? Or?
Right. TGF. All right, I've got to give these guys a shout out. I love the guys. I'm friends with them now, and I remember when I was feeling down, I used to go over and watch their videos. They're both such lovely guys as well, and they were one of the reasons why I did start my channel. And to call them my mates now is surreal.
Awesome.
For that, they're such nice guys, and I love both of them. They're brilliant.
Great. So it was kind of like an inspiration you took on, and now you're giving back in a way, right? Yeah, that's great to hear.
So go subscribe to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. And so do you remember the actual first day when you actually pressed upload? Like how did that go about?
Right. So me and my friend Cameron. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you would know that I used to call myself Kamiki, right? And nobody knows where this came from. So basically, me and one of my best friends, Cameron, started this YouTube channel that is now called Mike Fox, and we made a few videos, and both of us had the piss taken out of, we were both just all our mates were just laughing at us, why are you doing this? You look like idiots. Yeah. And we were like, it's fun. And then he left for some reason, and he was like, oh, we won't become big, it's too hard to do that. And I carried it on solo and got here. But the first time I clicked upload, I think I was buzzed when I hit 50 views.
Yeah.
When I hit 50 views, I was like, geez.
And when was that? When was that?
Literally about 14 months ago,
Wow.
14, 15 months ago. It wasn't that long ago. And it was a weird experience. Like, I think I had more dislikes than I had likes on my first video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's not the case anymore today.
Yeah.
So
Glad
you
about
can be
that.
happy about that. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And I see. So I mean, so I also remember you uploaded a video in which you actually celebrated your first, 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
Was that sort of your first milestone that you achieved, or?
I think like your first ever milestone on YouTube is 100 subs, and you hit 100 subs, and you're like, whoa, how? But then they're mostly just fake accounts by my mum, just trying to make me feel better about my life. And then like obviously 500 subs, you're like, well, that's more than I know. There's people that I don't know watching my videos.
Yeah.
And that was kind of when I first looked at my channel, and I was like, people that I don't know are actually watching me. Like, how? Why do they know who I am? And I think that was the first time I kind of realized that I could actually have an impact on people's lives. And, these people commenting, oh, you're hilarious, you should have more subs. Yeah. And it was just such a strange experience. And hitting 500 subs was like a big thing for me. Like, imagine 500 people in a room. Like, there's 200 people watching this now, right? Imagine 200 people in a room. That's a lot of people. Yeah,
we're just 3 people in the room here.
Yeah, literally. So and there's still a lot of room. Like,
it's us two and someone helping us out with the technical stuff, and that feels crowded, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
imagine that. Like, when I first thought of that, it blew my mind. So that's when I first started thinking, oh, I need to do this more. Like,
And can I ask you? So you mentioned when you first click upload, you are of course a bit nervous, and you didn't take it too seriously because it's the first video you do on YouTube. And I think like there's a common like feeling that you're not the only creator that when he started his YouTube channel, he wasn't super confident or wasn't he didn't know where YouTube would take him, right? So do you feel like achieving the milestones of 500 subs when you were like, okay, well, actually this might become something more serious? Was this the time where kind of your mindset about it changed a little bit, or?
I never thought I'd ever be as big as I am. I never could have imagined that. Like, when we first started,
What was the first video when you first
started? First video, oh God, I need to upload that at some point. Like, basically, me and him tried to intro our YouTube channel, right? You've probably seen these things before where you're like, hi, my name's Cameron. Hi, my name's Michael. And you just talk utter rubbish to the camera. And it was such a bad video. And I had to delete it as soon as like I self-titled, because it was embarrassing. Like, I need to make a reaction video to it because it was diabolical.
You should do that, because memory is always good to reminisce on, specifically when
like how far I've come with my editing. I was recording on a camera this big, literally this big. Like, I don't know how.
And now you got a microphone that's bigger than that.
Literally.
Okay, awesome. And I mean, I think it would be good to kind of sort of captivate, how. I mean, we talked a lot about like. About 1 year ago, a little over 1 year ago, you actually uploaded your first video, and now you're here sitting with more than 1 million subs, right? So I think there's a lot of questions out there also from the audience is, how did it happen? Because it's of course it's not something that happens very often. So I mean, you must have, the universe must have been on your side, and things just felt amazing. So if you could maybe, we could sort of talk about the history and how it happened. Like, what was the last year about? Right. From the moment you uploaded your first video, what happened in the first few months?
So when I uploaded my first video, obviously I was with my friend, and we would try and find time within our college work and our school work to, create videos. And I think we made like 3-4 videos together in the space of 4 months. Like, we just didn't upload, and I think we hit 80 subs before he left. And then like as soon as he left, I was like, it took me about 2 months for me to create another video by myself. And it was just like literally a Sunday evening. I was bored and my parents are out, and I got my little brother to record me eating the world's hottest chili pepper.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Literally, that's the first video on my YouTube channel now, but that was actually like 6 months after my first published video.
Okay.
Like, and then obviously I made about 3 videos and I hit like 500 subs. I was like, that's a lot of people for 3 videos.
Definitely.
And
3 videos, 500 subs. That means you're kind of building a community right away.
Yeah.
From scratch,
so people like I said, like people that I didn't know were watching me, and I'm pretty sure I brought likes. Is that bad? Don't buy likes. I was desperate. I needed to be cool. So I did that, which was bad. And
on Facebook,
yeah. And then like basically like I made my Facebook page to go with my YouTube channel. And
you mean in terms of content, in terms of
like as a promotion platform?
Okay,
so
cool.
If I made like so people could basically see more of me. So my YouTube channel is like my videos, and then my Facebook page would be like a sort of Instagram, if that makes sense. So I created my Facebook page, and basically we had one each. It was Mike Fox, and then in brackets Kamiki, and then it was Cameron Izzard in brackets Kamiki. He never used his, and then I used mine a couple of times, and I uploaded a video randomly. Like I used to just show bits of my editing, like how I did it. And I uploaded this video randomly called The Ultimate Mind F Word. I
understand.
Right. And I posted that on
I've seen that. You should watch that video if you haven't yet.
Yeah, like I posted it on Facebook, and overnight it gained 10,000 views. And I was like, that's more views than I've ever got ever. And then in the next 24 hours it gained 500,000 views.
Crazy.
And then I was like, what? And then in the next 24 hours it was on 2 million. And this is the first time I ever experienced like a viral video. And
how did you come up with that idea? I mean,
my granddad said it to me years and years ago. So it wasn't like something that I created. It was like my granddad's thing. Awesome. And he basically told me that, and I remembered it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna post a video about it.
Totally, it's a great idea.
See if it works. And everybody took the video. Like every page you can think of on Facebook took my video and didn't credit me. And the video in total, with everybody that stole the video and didn't credit me, has over 400 million views.
Wow, that's a lot.
So if I got credited for that, I would be sitting here on about 10 million subs and call myself Ben Phillips. You know, I would be in a very good position. But I'm not saying I'm not now, but I would be 10 times the subs easily.
But like, that was sort of when everything kicked off, right?
That was when everything kicked off. Like,
okay.
From that point, I just started making Facebook videos and just grew my Facebook page. Like, I didn't really concentrate on YouTube. I basically just boosted up my Facebook.
And how did the switch? I mean, how did your focus on YouTube then come back? Like at some point, right? Like, can you talk a bit about that?
So I basically get banned on Facebook 24/7. So whenever I upload, I get banned. It's just what happens for some reason. And I kind of got a bit annoyed about that, and I wanted to upload on YouTube instead because I missed the platform. Like with YouTube, you create a fan base, and on Facebook you create a following. I'm not sure if you guys understand what I mean, but people that follow your YouTube channel are
engaged,
so much more engaged with your everything. Like with Facebook, people might not see your video because like they liked your page for one video that you posted 8 months ago and they never bother again. Whereas YouTube, people subscribe to you because they like you, not that video.
Okay, then what was the actual video that then, when you started focusing a lot more on YouTube, what was the actual video that then you posted that then took you off to go?
It was a lyric prank that I did.
Okay, so now we're getting into the lyric prank.
So
I think that's a topic that people want to talk about.
So I posted I think it was my third lyric prank.
The third lyric prank.
Yeah, because I made one on my I put a couple on Facebook and they were getting 20 million views each. And you know, a couple of people took the idea then, and that was maybe January this year. I posted my first ever one on Facebook.
Ago,
and you know, they did okay on my YouTube channel. Like I was only on 50,000 subs 3 months ago. And
and the lyric pranks, I guess that's one of a big part of also what got you where you are today in terms of coming up with something new, right? So I mean, we talked about this earlier, and I think we'll go into it a little later. But can you, like, some of the audience might have actually not watched any lyric pranks yet. So do you want to quickly explain the concept and how you came up with the idea?
So I don't know how I came up with the idea. It was just one of those things. Like I sent one of my fans on Facebook a message that said hello, and she said, "Oh my God, hi." And then, like, you know, it's one of those things where you listen to a song, you're like, "Wait, it's me." You know, so I said that, and then she's like, "Yeah, I know who you are, LMAO." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna see if I can make a video out of this." And just basically kept on posting these lyrics, like sending them to her, and she kept on replying. And in the end, like it just worked beautifully for my first ever one. I was like, how has nobody done this before?
Yeah.
So I edited it in a way that, I mean, I'd seen Joe Sugg post a video a couple of years before where he called up his sister and he said like song lyrics. He said them over the phone, but like obviously that was a little bit of an inspiration behind the idea, but the videos are completely different. And I know everyone's like, oh my God, you should credit Joe Sugg, but the videos are completely different. Like when I dubbed in the music over the top, that wasn't done before. When I put it in text and like took down like the way I edited it and the way I recorded it was new, right? So that's why it was such a big thing, I think.
And do you think, because I think like the fact that you came up with like a new concept or like basically utilizing the platform in a creative way, like I think creativity here is the key, right? So do you think that there is still a lot of great ideas and potential, new creative ideas that creators can adopt and actually bring to YouTube that might be offline at the moment?
I think there's endless ideas. I mean, if you can think outside of the box, you can do anything. Like a lot of people, when they start YouTube, try and be like someone. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So someone will copy your videos. This is something that I've experienced and I get a lot of hate for. But I when I first started making these videos, I had a lot of people copying them, like to start with. And obviously I was a bit annoyed about that because it was like my original idea. And then these people were getting credit for it. Like, James Reacts, I'm on good terms with him now. He's a cool guy, but like he started making the videos and he was getting viral videos and everyone was like, oh my God, James, that's a brilliant idea. Well done for coming up with something new. I'm like, but it's mine. Like it's strange.
And when it comes to these type of videos, like, so you mentioned like your grandfather was kind of the inspiration of it, right? So I mean, is there some type of advice you could give to creators on how they could come up with new ideas and how to just basically leverage YouTube as an even more creative way to?
I think if you are a creator watching this video and you want to boost your channel, don't ever try that. I'm not saying don't try and boost your channel because obviously you got to, but don't set your only goal is to be successful. Don't set your only goal to be, I want 1 million subs. You want to do it because you love it. And if you don't love what you do, you won't be good at it. Like, it's just one of those things. It's, if you don't like your job, it comes across so much. So, you've got to just come up with, I mean, I'm not saying like you have to have your own ideas, but like put your own spin on it, be yourself on camera because everyone else is already taken. You are yourself and you're the only one. So if you don't do that, I know how cliche that sounds. Everybody says that, don't they?
But you never know what happens, right?
Yeah, you've got to be yourself on camera. You've got to be exactly who you are. Like, I'm me 24/7. Like, on camera, I'm the same. Off camera, I'm the same. Like, I don't try and be someone that I'm not. And a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
So, creating ideas and stuff, you've got to make sure you put your own spin on it. And you want to be yourself on camera. Even if you think you're not funny, right? Just do it anyway because everyone else is the best them and you can't try and be better than them at being them, if that makes sense. You got to just be yourself.
Be you, yeah. Okay. And all right, so I mean, just to get a picture, right? So you mentioned like coming up with something that you created, which was the lyric pranks, right?
Yeah.
And then from the moment that you came up with that idea and then that you leveraged the community and people responded well to that video type of videos, how long did it take until you actually reached 1 million subs? Because I think when we met, you had about 800K, and that was about, I think, not that long ago. That was about a month ago.
A bit ago, yeah.
And now you're like at 1.2.
I was on 80,000 subs, I think, when I posted my third lyric prank, the one that now has 8 million views, right? The one on my ex-girlfriend. I was on 80,000 subs at that point. That was, working out, that was less than 3 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was less
than 3 months ago.
Wow.
So I can't explain what happened. I'm not sure you can explain what happened. It was crazy, and obviously I'm thankful for everything that I've got, and I'm thankful for like YouTube for giving me the chance to do this. But
so in this case, if you mentioned like, of course, something which you did very well was coming up with like a new concept, but then looking at also some of the things you think you could have done better? For example, is there something specific, on YouTube that you think you should focus more on, or like a specific skill that you believe is really important for creators that you should highlight, or what's the stage there?
I feel like, that everybody can improve on everything. You're never, amazing at everything you do. Like, yeah, I've seen some little pranks out there that are probably better than mine, right? So, I'm not saying that, like, I'm rubbish at my job. I'm not saying I'm amazing, but everything I do, I always feel like I should have done it better. And I guess that's a good mindset to have in this job, because you try and push forward better ideas.
And was that a mindset that you had when you were much smaller?
I've always been like, perfect isn't perfect to me, if that makes sense. Like, I can never do something 100% right. And it's annoying, because like, I don't like uploading videos that I don't think are amazing. Like, at the time I think they're amazing, then I look back at them like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I could have made a joke there, that would have been hilarious. Like, you always look at yourself and you always think, oh, I could have done better. But you've got to be happy with what you do, I guess.
And in terms of actually the platform itself, do you think there is something where, in terms of your channel, where you should focus more on, or a specific area that you want to learn more about? So you mentioned gear before a little bit.
Yeah, so I need to sort out my audio, right? If you guys are listening to this mic, right, is amazing, and I need one of these. I literally need one of these, because my audio is so bad. Like, I need to sort out my audio, and I need to sort out my setup. And then I reckon I'll be all right. But there's just little bits of equipment that I need to buy to push myself a little bit further.
Okay, I understand. And in terms of like type of content you're looking to create, is there a specific, are you thinking of new ideas, or what stage right there?
I've got a lot of things that I want to do, and I've got a lot of plans, but I'm in a position now where I can't do them yet, if that makes sense, because I need money for them. It's a myth. YouTube money isn't as amazing, right? It's just, unless you're KSI, you don't earn millions. That's the truth. Like, but I think, there's a lot of plans that I need to sort out, and I've got a few collabs sorted, and
Yeah, you mentioned that before. Can you maybe talk a little about, or like, I know that nothing is very official yet, but sort of, can you talk a bit about sort of type of collabs you're planning to do in the future, and also how you think collabs are important? Because actually there was a question by the audience, and we're just going into the question from the audience in about 2-3 minutes, but you haven't done many collabs yet on your YouTube channel.
I've not done one,
except for your mother, who's sometimes on the video there. But I wouldn't call that a collab. Totally right.
It's just pulling my mum in, isn't it?
So what are you looking at for the future? Type of creators that you're looking to work with?
So I feel like if I was going to collab with anyone, I wouldn't just, let's say, I wouldn't collaborate with like PewDiePie just because he's got the most subs, because I want the biggest amount of sub gain. Because as much as I love the guy, I don't think I'd be able to make a funny video with him. Like, we're two different
people.
So with like collaborations, it would need to be someone that I got along with and we bounce off each other. So I've got a few people that I'm going to make videos with soon, and I can promise that, but I want to keep it secret, because I think you guys would be excited for the collabs that I've got. Like, they're big for me, not sub count wise, but actually sub count wise as well. I've got some big collabs sorted.
Nice. And people in the UK, is that the only thing you can? People
in the UK, and then obviously next year I'm going to VidCon again, and I'll try and pull Casey Neistat in.
Oh, Casey.
Probably won't. Casey, if you watch this, because I know you love me, hit my DMs,
And so in this case, since we're talking about collabs and generally the YouTube community, right? So when I met you, Mike, it was actually at a creator day that I did here in London. And there were lots of creators who are at earlier stages of their YouTube career, right? And so it was really interesting to see how people specifically from different different YouTube sides and different focuses, so whether it was beauty or whether it was gaming or comic, were just interacting, and so the community was quite powerful. So how important do you think is is it to be surrounded by the YouTube community?
When I was growing on YouTube, I wasn't surrounded by YouTubers, and that's something that I wish I did, because as soon as you meet other people that do what you love as well, you create some of the best friends that you could ever have. Like, I think the first person I made friends with in social media was Samantha Harvey, right? She's a big Facebook singer. I absolutely love the girl. She's like one of my best mates. But because we both love our job, you know, you get along with them so well, and it's inspiring to be around people that are doing well.
Yeah, so and I've seen this as well a lot in events. Like I mean, basically the common denominator is the passion, right, for you. Yeah. Okay, and like, do you feel like right now, like at the stage you are, you're connecting with YouTubers much more than you used to, and is that something you want to continue doing in the future? Are all your friends YouTuber, or do you have some?
I've only got a couple of friends that are YouTubers. Like, I mean, obviously Jay and Ramel from TGF, they're quite good mates of mine. And then obviously Samantha, and you know, I know Ben Phillips and you know Jack Jones. I'm mates with like this lot. Cool. But obviously, I want to become friends with more YouTubers because, like, it's not in the way that I want to grow off them. Mm-hmm. Like, I would love to be friends with them just because, like,
learn from each other.
Yeah, like you just get little tips, like how I'm speaking to you now, and I'm trying to give you tips. You know, obviously, I still need tips. I've only been doing this a year. I'm like new to the game still, so
lots to learn.
Yeah,
of course.
And obviously, I'd love to be friends with like Joe Suck and Casper. I mean, Casper follows me on Twitter. But we're not we're not best mates, are we? Like, we know who each other are. That's it.
and now going into sort of you know, like basically one more question before we go to the questions from the audience, and that's kind of sort of because everything happens so fast for you. Like, obviously the future, if it continues going this fast, there's a lot of unpredictable things ahead. Is there something you wish for, something you're really gonna focus on?
One day I want to overtake Rice Gun. That's my goal.
All right. And besides that, in terms
I just want to keep this going. I want to, you know, I don't want to sell myself out on YouTube. You know, you see a lot of YouTubers that just post brand deals and stuff like 24/7 just to earn money. And like, if I cared about money, if like I did this for the money, I wouldn't like. Do you know what I mean? I would not swear in my videos.
Yeah. So passion is the one thing
I love my job. I love what I do. And I love the fact that I have people following me for, you know, for me. And like meeting, like I've met about 10, 20 of you guys today that have come up to me, and it's amazing just seeing these people that like, you don't know who they are. Yeah. They're like, oh my God, you're Mike Fox. And it's a special feeling. Like, money doesn't matter to me. Like, I've got a stain on my hat. I bought this 2 days ago. Like, I've got a stain on my top. I wear this every day. You know, money just doesn't bother me. It's like loving what I do is the most important thing.
Which is making videos.
Yeah, which is making videos and
on that point, actually, I have another thing which someone from the audience actually mentioned, and there's a person called Peter, and he actually asked, you know, besides YouTube, what other passions do you have? And if you were not a YouTuber,
right,
what would be your job, maybe?
Oh, so. Other passions other than YouTube, I love football. I'm a massive football fan. I support Liverpool. If any of you guys are Everton supporters, feel free to answer. No, I'm joking, don't actually. But no, I'm a massive football fan. I used to play semi-professionally. I used to play like a lot of football, and yeah, that's a big passion of mine. And obviously, I love just being around people. Like, I'm a social person. Yeah. Cool. Like anything that I can do that makes me around new people, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. And on that note, there was actually Anthony Gussain who asked us a question, and he wrote, "Hi Mike, greetings from Lebanon. I wanted to ask you if you watch Game of Thrones, and if so, who's your favorite character?"
Right, I haven't watched the latest season yet of Game of Thrones, so I'm not sure if he's alive. Please don't ruin this for me. But Jon Snow, by far.
Jon Snow is your favorite character.
I absolutely love Kit Harington. He's a brilliant actor, and I think I actually shed a lonely tear when he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I met the person that killed him, the little kid.
Oh, really?
And I had to go at him. Yeah, in real life, even though he's a character, I had to go at him. I was like, why?
Why did you do it?
Why would you do that?
Okay, now we can go a little bit into the questions that were actually posted on YouTube, right? On the live stream. And so we have, for example, Helena Ferraro asking, how was your first real life contact with a YouTube fan? And
scary.
Quickly talk about it.
Scary. Okay, imagine this scenario, right? you're walking down the street, and then somebody that you don't know runs up to you and goes, "Hi," and you're like, "Who are you?" And the first time I was like, "Why do you know who I am?" They're like, "Oh my god, I love your YouTube videos." And I was like, "I've got like 5,000 subs. Why do you know me?" And it was a scary experience, but I think that was the first time that I ever looked at my YouTube channel, and I was, proud of myself for doing, like, achieving something with my life. Like, before I was just lazy. I got like 5 GCSEs. I'd done nothing with my life, and like I had someone come up to me that I didn't know and say hi, like, "I love you," and I'm like, "I'll give you a hug." Like, it was amazing, but it was scary the first time.
And of course, it wasn't always that way, right?
Oh,
so you
no.
must have started in a way where you got the opposite, maybe, which is hate comments. So you mentioned bullying before. So there's actually a question here by Arsalan Plies, which is posted on YouTube. And the Arsalan said, "I have started my YouTube account and I'm making really funny videos, but there's just haters in the comments. And how should I deal with them? And how did you deal with haters?"
Okay, so haters is a big thing. I mean, I get told to kill myself daily. It's just, it's one of those things, like, with any platform, people get jealous of what you've achieved. In school, people bully you because you're different, and people do the same on social media. It's easy to say something to someone over text, right? Because it's not a real person, it's not somebody in real life. So the best way to deal with it, I guess, is, as hard as it is, ignore it. When I first started, I got no hate at all. Like,
no hate.
Because I found a way to block everyone that bullied me in school from even seeing my YouTube channel.
Oh, did you?
Right? So nobody that I didn't like could see it. And obviously my mates like took the mick out of me. They're like, "You're making YouTube videos," but they're my mates, they just do that. But
the key is to keep going.
Yeah,
right?
just push through it. Like, it's a hard job in the way that, you are in the public eye 24/7. As Jack Jones, for example, knows, one slip up can cost you massively, and I feel bad for the guy, like, because obviously the situation that he's in and what happened, he reacted in the wrong way, and that will be around forever. And you've got to remember that, like, a video that you upload online won't disappear after 5 minutes. It's there for eternity. People will see this and remember it forever. So it is hard to deal with hate, and it is, difficult, but it's definitely worth, pushing through, because, you might get 20 hate comments, but if you even get one of someone going, "Oh, I felt like down and you cheered me up," that's what pushes me through, and that's what should push everyone through.
It's more valuable than a
it's way more valuable. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So now actually there is I found a comment that a question by the Eurasian, and I wanted to add something to that question. So the Eurasian asks, "What is the most significant advice you would give to any newcomer on YouTube?" And then I also wanted to ask you, what was the best advice you ever got from another YouTuber? So these are two questions. You choose which one to go first.
Okay, so the best advice I could give is literally be yourself and push through. If you don't think, like, you want to do this for a long term, don't, because as soon as you start, definitely push through. You've got to make sure that you can do this for a long time. And just be yourself. Don't try and copy anyone else, like, as well, like, just make sure you enjoy what you do. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it, because there's no point. YouTube pays well after a while. Like, I can't wait to the point where I earn enough money to buy a nice car, like, and hopefully that happens. But obviously getting to that point, you have to love your job, and you don't want to only do it for getting a nice car or getting a nice house. Do it for you, do it for the right reasons.
So you mentioned, like, being yourself, and just sort of, always trying to push for 100%, and you have goals that you want to achieve. And there's actually a question by Scott Ramsey, who's kind of talking about the past. So what is the one thing you're most proud of? And this doesn't necessarily have to be YouTube related, but is there one specific moment you're really proud of?
I think the first time that I got recognized was probably my proudest moment. because there's something special about, you know, that something special about some person that you don't know coming to you and looking at you in awe. Like, I remember when I first ever met a celebrity, I was 12. I met David Beckham, right?
Oh, really?
Went to his football academy, and I just sat there staring at him like dauntless, right? And it was the most surreal experience. And like, I have people do that to me now, and that's you know, every time I meet a fan, every time I meet someone that loves my videos, you know, it literally, it still shocks me every time it happens. Like when I got met, like when I meet people today, for example, like bless him, there was this little kid, right? I've got to say this. He was we're going on the escalators.
Escalators. Yeah.
And he was going past me and he goes, "Oh my God, Mike Fox," and waved at me. And I was like, "Oh, you're right. If you're watching this, please send me a message on Instagram and I'll follow you back," because I felt bad that I couldn't speak to you.
Oh, because
because he was going past me. I really like, bless him. If you see this, please send me a message and I'll follow you back. And bless him. I felt bad, but
it's interesting because actually the same question we just answered was also asked by someone else. So maybe we should give also a shout out to Dionzi Tsigirigotti, who also asked you what's the one thing you're most proud of, although she added a little heart there and a smiley face. But yeah, okay. Then there is Jade Turner, who posted something on Facebook asking, you know, telling you that she's a massive fan and that you helped her so much with her depression. And what is your favorite part about being a YouTuber?
Right, that literally that is my favorite part about being a YouTuber. Like 100% receipt. Like what's her name? Jade Turner.
Jade Turner, yeah.
Right. I'm gonna make sure I make an effort to follow you back on Instagram tonight. If you send me a message on my Facebook page of your
held up,
your at, right, I'll follow you back. But no, that is 100% why I do this job. Like, again, it's not about the money for me. Like, just receiving a comment that like that, just the fact that I have impacted someone's life is why I do this. Like,
and how did actually this so is video, like the way you do is via video. How did your passion for video start? So you mentioned you and your friends sitting and doing that.
So,
but have you always been? You have actually a tattoo with a camera.
Oh yeah.
Like, how is your passion?
I've got a few tattoos that have stuff to do with acting. I've got that, and I've got like some acting masks.
But how did the whole passion for video come about?
I think when I was 15, I filmed a movie for a independent, like it's an independent English movie called Greyhawk. Check it out. Sly promo there. But yeah, I was in a movie, and you know, it was the first time under proper circumstances that I was in front of a camera, and you know, I fell in love with it. You know, just the fact that, you know, you're speaking to a lens. Like right now we're speaking to this, right? This is a lens. But at the same time I'm speaking to 130 people. But I'm speaking to a lens. I don't know if that makes sense, but that lens is 130 people. And that blew my mind the first time I realized that. And, you know, I always wanted to cheer people up and like I fell in love with everything about it. Like, there's not one thing about this job that I dislike. There's nothing about it I don't like, apart from how much effort it
takes. It takes a lot of. You want to talk a little bit about your effort? Like
a lot of people think that like YouTube videos take 2 minutes. You know, you see a 5-minute long video, you're like, that must have taken 10 minutes to make. No,
nothing comes easy.
Literally, it's a 9 to 5 every day, but it's worth it. It is 100% worth it.
And actually, I also saw a question based on that. So before we had the chat, you talked about, you mentioned to me personally that you wanted to improve your editing skills.
Yeah, I need to.
There was actually a question here. Let me find
Why is your editing so bad, Michael?
Editing. No, actually the question was, can you give upcoming YouTubers tips about how to improve their editing skills? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you have any tips on that? Or
so I don't. A lot of YouTubers, I feel like over edit videos, like to the point where it's too much, if that makes sense. So to improve your editing skills, I'll just play around with who you are, you know, like start out cutting out gaps between sentences, stuff like this you cut out, right? But you got to cut out the gaps between sentences, make it flow easier.
Yeah.
Cut out the ums and and likes, you know, and just start off with simple things like that, and then, you know, work in music, work in, you know, visual effects and stuff, but start it off simple and build it up. Because if I showed you my first video, my editing, I used to do that thing like you do something like I'd throw my hand in the air and then I'll do it in slow-mo afterwards, and it was shocking. Like just play with your.
Which is you really have to start.
That nearly came out.
You really have to go and do that that reaction video you mentioned before. It will be funny if you do
play with yourself on camera. No, play with your
editing skills about. But I mean, now we can look into the next question that it was actually by Natasha Jane Kin, who posted that on Facebook, and she asked it if you could travel anywhere with anyone, who would you travel with and why? P.S. I love you.
Right. So much. Where would I travel? Oh, by the way, I love you too. Where would I travel? I want to just travel the world. Like I really want to go to Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Yeah,
it's an island. I've heard of that.
The most beautiful place in the world. I'd love to go to Bora Bora, and I'd have to take Selena Gomez with me.
Selena Gomez. And have you traveled with your mother somewhere specific?
I've done like family stuff, like me, my mum, stepdad, little brother and sisters, like Sardinia and stuff.
Oh, Sardinia is great.
Sardinia is beautiful, but stuck with a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old.
But
I would recommend it, but it's beautiful.
Now we go into Puong Dang, who from the name might be from Vietnam, and she wrote you on Twitter, and she asked actually what your biggest dream is.
My biggest dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your biggest dream?
My biggest dream. I don't really have like stuff that I'm really aiming for. Like I'm just living daily, living life in the moment, and I've already hit my dream.
Mm-hmm.
All I wanted to do in my life was make someone else's life better, and I feel like I've done that to some extent. So my dream would be to keep that going, and it's not about gaining loads of subs. It's not about gaining loads of money. It's just I just want to help more people, and the fact that person earlier like said that I help with depression.
That's what happened.
That's that's all I want. I just want more of that.
So you want to reach people, and is traveling a part of that? Because reading through the comments, so I saw people saying, "Hey, please come to Greece." And people, hey, come to the Philippines. Oh. There's someone else here said, "Come to Croatia." Just Marta. So are you planning to shoot videos in other countries? Are you planning to go on tour? Is there any?
When I'm big enough, I'll go on tour. Okay. I don't feel like I'm a big enough YouTuber yet to be able to tour the world. I'm not Jacob Sartorius with. No, I'm not that big yet. So
you could still be going on a trip.
Like whenever I go to a different country, I'll make sure I do meetups and I'll meet as many of you guys as possible because.
So is vlogging something you're interested in or not really?
Oh, you wait till I start vlogging. I'm gonna be better than Casper, better than Joe. Watch out, boys. Mike Fox is going for you.
In Croatia and the Philippines.
Oh, definitely.
That's where you start your vlogging career.
I definitely want to travel and make videos everywhere and.
But again, that will be a new type of content that you start. Yeah. And again, it will be something that your editing skills have to be improved and so on. And actually, on that point, there's a question here by Nele, who wrote on YouTube, and she said, "Hi, I have so many videos on my computer, but I'm too afraid to publish them. Do you have any advice?" And I think this is a really good point.
Right. Okay. So when I first posted my video, I was always, the class clown. That's how I dealt with life, right? Because when I felt bad, I'd try and make someone else smile or laugh to make me feel better. But yeah, I got bullied for it because people just got annoyed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I didn't. But when I first uploaded it, it wasn't like I wasn't worried. But the only advice I could give you is do it. Like, what have you got to lose? Yeah, someone might say, "Oh, don't do it." But if you want to do it and you generally feel like if you put the time and effort into making the videos, definitely upload them because it is so worth it. And who knows, 3 months later, you could gain 1 million subs and not know what is going on with your life. It's crazy. And, the thing about YouTube is everybody's equal. Everybody starts off on 0 subs. Everybody starts off on 0 views.
Yeah.
And that's something that I love about this platform is there's no favoritism, and anyone can make it. I mean, this year, me, Rice Gum, who else? Wolfie Raps, all these people have made it, I guess, on YouTube. We've gone from no subs to millions. So it's one of those things that you just got to do it. So 100% upload it, and if someone doesn't like it, don't let it bother you. They're not you. If you enjoy what you do it 100%.
Yeah, and I think we have about 3 more questions which we can cover, and I think that there's a big topic that goes around here. There's actually several people who talked about this insecurity in the beginning already, right? So you mentioned that before. Yeah, it's hard to start publishing videos regularly, to get your voice and your face out there, and there again, this brings a bit about with the same point from before. But Zilo Tomato on YouTube, she said, I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And for my song covers, but I'm really insecure about myself, right? So she actually hasn't gone and started her first video yet. So what is the one advice you could give upon that point? Like basically
so if you generally want to get into singing and stuff, I mean, Samantha Harvey, she's one of my best mates. And like, when I made friends with her, she was still quite small on Facebook because we both were at the time. And, she loved what she did and she gained ridiculous amounts for it. And if you generally love singing and that's what you want to do with your life, again, what have you got to lose? I mean,
go for it.
Just go for it 100%. Like 100%. Like the thing is with singing as well is, everybody's voice is different. You will not be like anyone else. And if you're a good singer and you want to make covers, do it, and make sure, right, this is a tip that I can give you. When a song comes out, so let's say Cold Water by Justin Bieber, the day that came out, because nobody knew about it, I made a lyric prank on it, and I was the second, like whenever someone typed up Cold Water, I came up second, right?
Oh, really?
So make sure as soon as a song comes out, cover it straight away, upload it straight away, and you'll be in the top page, right? And you'll gain a lot from that. That's a big tip that I can give you.
And it's also, I guess, a good thing to do a cover like right in the beginning.
Yeah.
People haven't done it yet, and
so
also to
try and beat Conor Maynard to it, because Conor Maynard is very quick at that. That's why he's grown 4 million this year, because the day it comes out, he records it. So you want to beat Conor Maynard to the upload. And
also probably if you're the first person to do a cover, I guess it's also a little bit easier to not compare yourself with others, right? Because I think here there are 2 recurring topics in this live stream, and one is we talked about happiness and what makes you happy and what makes other people happy, but also about like insecurity and sort of the drive to start making videos, right? So in a way, once you start, go at it full out, right? So on that note, actually, Maggie Alves, also on YouTube, she asked another question, which goes a bit again into the topic of happiness. Is like, what is it that makes you, the most happy about making people happy? And how do you forget about schools and your problems, Right. Because we all have challenges and issues, but is YouTube really the way for you to disconnect?
A lot of my fan base know that my dad was abusive. He was an utter bum, right? And I feel like you never forget stuff that happens to you. You never forget, I'm not saying you're going to be incredibly happy 24/7 as soon as you upload your first video. Like nothing can cure that, right? But it does help, right? And me doing YouTube videos and me helping other people helps me in that way. So I may have problems, like when my dad died, for example, the first thing I did was, had a little cry, and then I made a video because, I wanted to share that, and a lot of people were like, dude, your dad just died. Why are you making a video on it? But I was like, well, no, because other people have been in this situation before and they will be in this situation in the future. I want to express this. I want to say, it's not going to be easy, but I know I'll get through it. And I have and my fan base have helped a lot with that. And I feel like, with YouTube and my job, I have a platform now that, people that watch my videos suffer from depression. I do as well. But my way of dealing with stuff is by helping other people. And that's a powerful thing. And YouTube gives you the chance to do that.
And helping others is also helping you.
Yeah.
So it's like a taking and giving.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's like, that little bit of satisfaction you get when you buy a homeless person a sandwich, and you're like, well, I've made his day better. And you have that little bit of like warmth in your heart. every time I upload a video and I receive a comment that says like earlier, you're helping me with my depression, or you cheered me up when I felt down, it does really just, it hits you.
Yeah.
And it's very, very powerful.
And I guess the response, from what I understand, the response that you get is what what drives you to do more, right? And on that note, Diana, also on YouTube, she's asking, what's your favorite thing about your fans, right? Or your community?
I love everything. Like, I don't have to explain it. Like,
is there a specific
I
thing?
don't see my followers as fans. They're like, I see them in personal terms. You know what I mean? Like, each one of you is an individual. Yeah. They're like my mates. Like, if I see you guys in public, I chat away. Like, if you've met me, I will sit there chatting away as if you're my best mate for like 5-10 minutes. Yeah. Like, it's important to have that with your fan base. I think like a lot of YouTubers kind of dismiss it. Like they want to be separate, but no, I absolutely adore my fan base. Like, awesome. I wouldn't be in this situation, fact, without you guys. Yeah. So I owe you guys everything, and I owe you guys, as weird as it sounds, like when I was suffering bad with my depression, like I nearly owe you guys my life. Like, you have helped me out so much. It's insane. So my favorite thing about my fan base is you guys are just fucking amazing. I swore. I'm so sorry, but it had to be said.
So on that note, actually, it's really great to hear, and I'm sure everybody in the live stream is really happy to hear that. And I think we can kind of go to the last question, which you talked a lot about what makes you happy and what people are drawing from that, and in a way, like what you have received from your community in terms of where you are now, but to give something in a way back. Like, if there was a question by Chloe Holes, also on YouTube, and she asked if anything you'd like to say to inspire people to reach your dreams, what would it be? And I think that could be sort of our ending question.
That's a good ending question, but I need to think about that for a second. What would I say to inspire people? I feel like there's nothing I can say that will inspire people to go on and do amazing things, right? True inspiration comes from yourself. Yeah. True inspiration comes from people around you. Like, you don't just wake up one day and hear, Casey Neistat, a very inspirational man, love him, right? But you don't watch one of his videos and go, do you know what? I'm going to be successful for the rest of my life. It's got to come from you. And if I could, my inspirational quote, right, is it Rocky Balboa, where he's like, no matter how many times you get hit,
just stand up and keep moving forward.
Keep going. Like,
I ruined the party, I'm sorry.
Right, that's a big thing. So no matter how many times you get knocked back in life, keep pushing forwards. Like, I'm not religious. I'm a Taoist, if you guys know what that is. And the way I view life is, life's a river, right? And in that river, you get boulders in the way, and you're the water that's to flow through it all. And I feel that's important. Like, you have to just keep going. Yeah. Like, don't give up. Don't, stop your dreams because someone doesn't like them. If one person goes, well, I don't like your videos, why would that stop me? I've got a million other people that I like. Well, I like them. So you just got to keep going, push forwards, and just live your dreams for yourself. I mean, nobody else can do that for you. Yeah.
That's really awesome, and I think that's a great way, sort of, to wrap up. And it's been really great to get to know you a little bit better, to chat with everybody in the live stream. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. In fact, we're about to post a comment in the live chat where you guys can let us know how you liked it, and if the live stream was useful and inspirational. So we're really happy to get your comments. And Mike and I are really happy that you joined in. And actually there's one more question that I think we should answer. Right. Okay. And I just got this ping here right away. So people are asking, they want to be called something. So, how fan bases and communities, people refer them as bros or teams or co-ops. I've heard many different things. So you don't need to give an answer now, but think about it. Remember that the people watching would love to.
I'll think about this, right? I might do like a poll or something. Yeah. I'll let you guys decide because it's your name.
And when you do it, maybe you can make a video about it.
100%.
We can all hear.
Also, if you guys are still watching this, you've been watching this for like an hour. So thank you for that. If you guys, take a selfie of you with the live chat now, post it on Instagram and tag me. I'll follow you all back because the dedication to look at my face for an hour. You deserve at least that. Like, geez.
Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. It's been really awesome. And again, thanks to you. It's been really great, Mike.
Thank you.
And yeah, everyone, greetings from London, and see you soon, and all the best. Take care.
This stays on for a while after, so I need to remember this.
Yeah, you can smile one last time, Mike.
Bye. So this is really awkward, isn't it?
It
keeps going.